Good evening, collective. Got another message to give out. This is the final judgment for everybody in my family, and it's also an exposure of everybody that was connected. And this is the judgment, also the revealed, the exposure of it, of everyone that was involved. And I took the time to go ahead and get myself together to get this message out. So I had received it around 11:57. I broke that down to 77. Also broke that down to a 14, and then it was broken down to a 5, and then broken down to a 3. All right. So, and also today is Tuesday, the 7th of September. So, 777 is the blessings are awaiting at hand. 3 times the gifts of spiritual and also in protection from the source, divine himself, with the ancestors and the guardian angels, also as well as spirit guides, and the underworld as well. So you have the divine himself, the spiritual team that was assigned to me, as well as the entities that my family had called upon me to try to hurt me, also is the entities that the divine uh, ordains for my lessons spiritually for me to elevate with. Is like almost the same way that they tried to implement that same category of grabbing hold to other people to host in and help them with their malicious acts towards me, of trying to block the mind and my gifts, as well as trying to take them. Okay, so what I'm saying is basically the entities that they called are the same ones that the divine ordains me to practice with, in order for me to keep my yin and my yang on the inside of me, my darkness and my light that I have within me, DNA, for protection and wisdom and understanding, and also for reflection, not harm to none, but only to the ones who did the X, the malicious lower deity X. I'm just letting the collective know that those same entities I have ordained permission to those same entities that they were chanted and called upon to attack you, as well as the underworld, and you, if you don't go through with your sacrifices or meeting your goal, which is you did not, because you're not going to win over the divine at all, just letting you know, basically that's where you're going to be. And I'm going to be blessed, and I'm still going to be moving forward, and I'm not taking any of you with me on my spiritual path, my spiritual journey. The divine showed me who everybody's true character was. All right. And I had to go through that healing process. It might have taken me a while, but I'm only one person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the divine, but he balanced it out to where whatever infidelities and everything that was done in the darkness and around me and underneath and even in the home, I have healed from it and elevated to the point of me knowing, getting and receiving the wisdom from me, releasing and learning how to learn. I'm learning how to release you all with the energy of love. That does not mean that I'm going to accept you in my life. You are the opposite. You are not of the light. You are of the dark. And you continue to operate in the dark. And that is not what I want a part of my blueprint or my makeup. And I really do believe that my true connection with my Father God, Yahweh Yahshua, is more important than any of you. All right. And you've proven yourself to be very disloyal, underhanded, malicious, evil people who teeth nag. It's like you have to have it. You have a lot of greed in you. And I'm not like that. I respect and I love every gift that God gave me, whether if it was spiritually, mentally, physically. It does not always have to necessarily be financial. That God knows how the universe runs. This is his world. He knows that money makes the world go round, but he doesn't want you to have the money rule you. He doesn't want you to get caught up in the materialistic things. He knows that everybody wants nice things and you're capable of having them. But in the ways that you chose to go, obviously to go against the divine, but you still working ill works towards me as a target, well, y'all all gonna have to pay for that. Because I heal from it. And I don't hate none of y'all. I just don't fuck with none of y'all at all. Y'all are some foul, evil, ignorant. No, not ignorant. Ignorant ass foolish motherfuckers. And I could say motherfuckers because y'all actually do fuck mothers. So, that's the truth. So it says there is a selfish family member of mine that is trying to take the rest of whatever you had stole from me, what is not yours. There is the police investigating this case right now today, as I speak, and this is the truth. Someone was possibly in, okay, I'm not going to say possibly. Someone was in traffic and was stopped by the police. The evidence was in the person's, underneath the car seat. The one thing, everyone and everything, plans, conversation, videos, voiceover recordings, blueprints, plans, for schemes, everyone in the family, your number, your address, your social security number, background checks, unexplained checks, PPL checks, the overseas accounts, the setups, the murders, the homicides, the pedophile behavior, the sex trafficking, the occult actions, the sex initiations, the sex scandal trafficking, occult dark stuff, the dark, cold, distant, non-emotional, isolated, you working love spells, black magic, hexes, you working with people to that are not even from America, across the seas. There is like another couple that is Spanish, and one is a female witch and a masculine witch, and they work together. So I don't know why my accent. Okay, so they're Mexican. So this couple, I'm being channeled right now. This couple that fucking use brujeria and brujeria. Mommies, poppies, these motherfuckers are using voodoo to try to block our blessings from coming through. We have to stand, and we do not have to let these people overtake our blessings just because we don't know how to reach out certain ways. God can work through us in any way that we come through possible. She's opening up for us to come through, yo. Every prayer that's blocked from these motherfuckers, she's open. Just come through, y'all. Okay, I just got channeled by a feminine Mexican lady. Her name is Angela. And she is an angel. Yes, because she's a starseed. She just channeled through me. So anybody that is, all right, so I'm just going to say it like this. Everybody that is in a church form, that is in any association to the church of James Alvin Taylor and D. Taylor Rand, with Eddie Alexander and Sheila Alexander as his wife, and Irvin Borens, Pamela Borens, Bernadette, Felicia Bailey, you have Harvey, you have Vincent, and you got Will, Tanisha K, Matia, Corey, Ashley, Jared, Jerice, Kai, Talita, and her kids, as well as the kids that she had with Kai. Jared, Dimitri, and her kids that was involved. Everybody that I'm naming, you are all being under surveillance today, under investigation, and they're going to know exactly where everybody lives. And every pink slip that y'all guys tried to mock off of me to take my ideas, stealing off my platform, doppelganging me, harassing me, lying on me, telling people that I was a prostitute and I'm selling myself for money and doing this, all this, if this foul stuff in front of my kids, and I'm incapable and I'm mental and I'm crazy and I'm being revealed all this stuff that was done in behind my back of what I've never even knew. And I haven't even been around nobody to even be remotely knowing what the present time of what they're doing behind their closed doors, manifesting ill wills towards me. But yet I'm supposed to be this bad female because I exercise me being spiritual and my beliefs are not of the same as yours, but yet I still serve the same God as number one source of everything. I don't practice dark arts to hurt people and manipulate and kill and destroy and pillage and be greedful and then try to fill in my sexual desires and temptations and addictions and then appease other people for greed. That's not me. God saw in me that I was a wholesome, genuine person who actually wanted the best for everybody, but my heart was too big and no more could be contained from being tainted about being around people who don't think abundantly, who don't think of themselves as higher than where they can progress. When the divine teaches you that higher learning is like in everything, why would you not want to expand your spiritual mind? Because if you believe in God, that you must know that he is spiritual. He speaks of it in the word that you wholeheartedly run to through direction. When I'm doing the same thing. But just because it's spiritual and you can't see it, knowing that some people, Baptist, Pentecostal, it don't even matter, of the natural eye, has this one-track brainwashed mindset of thinking that if you can't see it, it's considered an entity, it's a demon. No, it's called use your discernment. God teaches you that in the true form of growing up in church, and you're not supposed to judge people about that. The same God that you say that you worship and you insult and defile his name, and you don't feel no regret or resent in that, of knowing that you just made your father look like he was false. How the offense of how much sacrifice and patience and love and abundance and humbling himself and reassuring you that he forgives you day by day, every second of the minute, and you turn on him and you defile him to cover your ill will. And then you do it and aim it towards his children. When all souls are his, but the appointed, they have tasks that no one else is going to understand because it's not meant for you to understand. That contract is solely in between the divine and that pupil that is submissive and willing to be broken down and rebuilt. And you try to shame her. Everyone has a past reaching all the way back from the biblical times. So you cannot point the finger and make anybody think or feel that this feminine that I'm looking at in this video camera is so ugly. She's stupid. She's overweight. She's unhealthy. She's non-trustworthy. She's a bad mom. That's not what I see. What I see is a willing, clean vessel that actually took the time to walk away from her toxic ways and made up in her mind that the contract that was presented to her was more valuable than toxic ways. And because you chose the opposite, you're going to try to make her feel bad about her decisions. it's not going to work, because those are all projections of what you guys are going through and what you're going to continue going through. You guys you're not accepted anymore. The divine has pushed you out. You have fallen from grace. His back is turned to you, and so is the door. You people are all going to be on the outskirts with no protection whatsoever. So whatever deities and entities that you tried to send to this woman, who never even tried to hurt anybody. Excuse me. Yep, that's a confirmation burp. This woman is still operating out of faith. It doesn't matter how big or how small. That doesn't concern none of your business or anyone else's. She has more than you. And she's determined. That is the reason why the divine chose her, because it's authentically embedded in her DNA. You can't take that out of her. That's in her bone. She's going to continue being beautiful and unique. And I love her eyes as well. This is my grandbaby. And I am her grandmother. And I'm going to continue pushing my granddaughter forward. And my son is going to answer for every deed that he has done, because he knows better. And you chose not to heal. So therefore, the consequences beyond the earthly realm, you will not be able to control at all. And you will be forced to submit. And it will be against your will. It will be very agonistic. And the bed that you laid in, when you saw the flames, your daughter interpreted, my grandbaby interpreted that correctly. She was very much on point, very intuitive. I'm proud of her. You have made your bed and you laid in it, Alvin. And the flames are not going to stop. They're going to enhance, and they're going to consume you over and over, because you chose to be ill will towards a soul that did not belong to you. Everyone will suffer for it, and you will not blame her for your deeds. The divine will see to it that everyone receives the grief and the agony and the pain, the sloughness, the confusion, the lack thereof, the poverty, leaving isolation in everyone to feel the morsel of what they projected towards my grandbaby, who is only doing what the divine led her to do. And even through these ill wills and works, these trials and tribulations, her going through, how she goes through is none of your business. But again, she wretched where you should have been. And you're mad at her because she chose to heal over ignorance. How foolish you souls are. I am on the other side, and I've seen every deed and every act that you guys have done. These going to these graveyards, digging up dirt, disrupting other souls. You do know that rest in peace means rest in peace, right? But see, you disrupted more than one entity in more than one place, doing the deeds and the sexual acts that you know are very defiled and not looked at as godly at all. The Lord will never accept pedophile behavior or abuse of children of any level. Not even domestic violence. He does not even like toxic individuals. You see, my grandbaby's been working on herself, flaws and all. She's very intuitive. And I rub her cheek through the healing. She was never alone in the first place. Because you did not see us, you did not believe. So therefore, we don't have to show ourselves to you. We make ourselves very visible to the ones who believe and have faith. And she has plenty of it. And 1919 on the clock. She's very creative and intuitive, and she's heading on the road of abundance, and she's going to close this cycle. Me and her uncle are going to help, as well as her grandfather and a couple of family members behind us. We're all going to be there to illuminate and let everybody know it doesn't matter how long it takes. We're going to expose every last one of you, okay? And you're not going to be able to get away with it. She's still going to move gracefully away from bullshit. And she's still going to be poised and elegant. Because she is an empress. She's an high priestess. She has no choice but to move gracefully past bullshit. So, again, for the ones who plotted, schemed, stole, and everything else that you could think of towards this individual, towards this beautiful soul, I'm so proud of my granddaughter. I'm just rubbing her face because she's been really working hard. And I'm proud of her. But just to let you guys know that you all are going to be illuminated, and she's still going to go forward, and we're going to make sure that she has that union. And you're not going to be included. Not 1 cent. Not even from her children. And we're going to make sure that her money is protected, as well as her abundance and every aspect around her job that God has given her, that she's took very proudly to her heart, and we're going to protect that as well. So no abundance for you, no peace, no balance, no foundation, not even from within. You all are going to suffer long and hard. And relate this to the time of when Moses had led his people out of Egypt and they turned on him out of greed and selfishness. This is the same situation. You all are being left out. After she was brung to you to help lead you out of Egypt, out of temptation, out of the darkness, and choose the marvelous light, but you chose the opposite. You chose famine, grief. She chose the opposite. I'm very proud of her. And she cares not about what other people say. Good God, my granddaughter, she got that very, very genuine. She really does not care about what people say about her. She will curse you out in a minute. I've been really working with her about her anger, and she's getting there. But please, I don't want the collective or anybody else to think in the family that my grandbaby is a pushover, because Lord knows if things was actually, it would be an okay corral, and sis would not run in the house. She would run up to you. All right? This is somebody that God is working on. Someone that could be, if you keep plucking, yeah, she's going to let it out. And when she do, we're going to back her up on it. All right? So, again, to the family, you're all going to be exposed. We don't like you. We don't want you around her, and we'll do everything that we can to illuminate who you truly are to her, because she deserves the truth. And you guys have been working overtime to keep my grandbaby from figuring out what's going on. But what you don't understand is that God is God. You are not God. You are puny individuals who will get plucked away one by one. All right, collective. So that is the end of that. But anyway, that was my grandma. Yeah, so everybody that stole money, property, land, cars, wills, trust funds, life insurance, death insurance, anything that was supposed to be mine, and you signed, you forged my name, you answer for me without even coming to even letting me know. If you talked to somebody and said to them that I was sick and I don't need nobody around me, that was just whoever that person was that was lied to by my mother and said that I was sick, or my dad said that I was sick and I don't want nobody around me. That's a lie. I didn't want them around me. I was pulled away from them. I was never sick. I'm still well. I'm very healthy. Hair growing and all, baby. I'm very, very healthy. I was never sick. They just didn't want you to come to me and give me the money if it was in check form. They took it from you and they spent it. They never gave it to me. They stole that money from me, and they've been stealing money from me for years. And this time, it was coming back around, and they call themselves scamming. And the divine woke my ass up to the stuff of what they was doing that I didn't know about, because they've been working black magic on me, keeping me confused all my life, but just like going overboard with it to the point to where these niggas is trying to make me overkill. And it's not working, because it's like they started me off. All right, put it to you like this. If you a person that never smoked weed before, and the first time that you smoke weed is like some gas shit, that's what you're going to be used to. You're going to laugh at Reggie. It's not even going to affect you. You're automatically going to get pissed off. It's like the same effect. When the Lord woke me up, I was already being led to be moved in silence. And by them overdoing it, and they kept doing it before, they actually aided me to start off on like a level 20 already. So it's like I had to catch up with what they was doing. And then when I did, I overstepped, because it gave me a big jump to where I needed to be. And every time that they kept doing it, I was already 10 to 20 to 50, 80 steps ahead of my family, to the point to where the healing process, it was hard, but it was easy. The accepting process, it was hard, but it was easy. The clarification part, I'm still receiving that. It's not hard. I'm accepting it. I'm getting over it. I'm beautiful. God damn it. I'm smart. How can you try to make me feel bad for me being smart? That doesn't even make sense. And because I chose not to be enacting of selling my soul to stay in the dark, because you didn't want me to pick the contract that was for me. First of all, stop trying to control everything about me, because it's not meant for you to control me. I give my control over to the divine, and I'll continue doing it. Anybody else that try to control and manipulate, you will not have access to that. I will not give that to you. I will always take lead of my own decisions and final discernments. I don't need anybody to think for me. That's what I have the divine for. The fuck? But anyway, y'all all gonna get caught. Y'all all getting judged. You're gonna be in poverty. You're gonna have sicknesses. It's gonna be deaths in the family. It's gonna be a domino effect. Everybody's gonna end up losing their house, car, health, loved ones, whatever else. If you had sex with Roger, okay. Oh well, that's the end of your life, because he has an incurable STD. And that's the end for you. If you faked a pregnancy and you did a death spell on me, 10 times out of 10, it just reverts back to you. So that means either you're going to die or God is going to take your child from you. How you going to know who that is the one who's going to call, because everybody runs their fucking mouth in my family. Everybody gossips. That same energy that James projects, but his name should have been Jamesa, because he is gay. Everybody is flowing off that same energy. So everybody gossips, everybody lies. Everybody will see everyone's true character. And I'm not going to bust a blood vessel trying to... Y'all are shit to me. I'm not accepting none of y'all in my life at all. Don't ask me for no bread. Don't ask me for no time. Don't ask me for no energy. Don't ask me for no investments. The answer is in a nice way that I can think of is, Nama, fucking stay away from me. I don't care about y'all. I don't love y'all. I don't care about y'all. I do not care about what happens to y'all. Okay? And for the ones who keep talking trash about me doing it to other people and all this other stuff, I have not had sex with anybody. I'm very promiscuous and very clean and tight. And I'd rather it be that way until the divine give me my husband of who I'm supposed to be with. So if you talked about me sucking dick and he knew about it, I can't help but to laugh. At least he would know that I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so it still benefited me. And, I just want to say money make me wet and diamonds make me dance and bounce. I'm on my grown women shit. Okay? So I don't have time to play games with y'all. I won't make time for it. I'm going to continue doing what the divine asks me to. Okay? And I'm going to do it with a heart full of joy. Because I'm receiving my beginnings. And can't nobody turn me around. Okay? So again, collective, have a good day. Family, y'all going to hell. Y'all gonna get in trouble. Y'all gonna be in poverty. I'm still gonna know about it. And all y'all bitches that's left, y'all gonna be watching me do me still, but ignore the fuck out of you. So have a good day. Love you. Psych.